right. All right. Okay, so the intro is somewhat saved. Still some buggy parts in there, but it's getting somewhere. You can see it on the bottom row. I'll show you. My mic should still go through, but you can see on the bottom row there's a weird black line. It's a timing issue. Need to figure that out. Well, anyways, buggy. Literally last second job. I loaded up OBS and I was like, oh yeah, shit. Okay. Diesel punk something. Hey, Captain Boss. Atsuki. Good morning. Yes. So, I think potentially, after this stream today, I think the sign up for Unreal Bjornament will be available for me. So I will start authoring the page, and depending on how things goes, potentially this Friday is sign up starts. I am thinking the sign up will be on Friday, not on the morning stream, because I think that's unfair for Americans. So I think towards the evening for Europeans, like after work, like 6, 7, 8 o'clock for Europeans, PM, that'll be like 8-ish in the morning for Americans. And I think that's fair. Because also like 6 on a Friday, I mean, you can easily sign up on your phone, you know, like whatever you're doing. And it's not like midnight Friday for Europeans, which is, you know, you're most likely going to be drunk. So that's the soft plan, is to sign up on Friday. The Unreal Bjornament 3 sign up goes live. So you have over the weekend and so on, and I will keep letting you. I will let you guys know how that pans out. But yeah, that looks like soft announcement. Friday evening for Europeans is the sign up will open for Unreal Bjornament 3. Friday morning for Americans. Hey Dakota, how's it going? Akagria, what up? Zealin, I don't know actually. I have no idea. I'm gonna have to start drumming up after today. I will know. When I will start, I need to start pushing ads or whatever, you know. Last year there wasn't a cap. That's the difference. But I'd say less than a week it was full. Actually, not like full, because there wasn't a cap. But there were people signing up to the very end. All right, time flies. I'm just gonna draw something diesel punk. I think I'll do another one of those power suits. And I want to try. What's that noise? Is it you? Yes. Hey Dakota, I am not sure. I am drawing stuff for this diesel punk IP, which I've created, which is more or less Americans versus Germans in subterranean subterranean tunnels on Earth, you know, like hidden Earth type thing. And I've been playing around with tanks, playing around with a monster faction, playing around with vehicles. And it's kind of like a fun thematic exploration of different techniques of sketching. I've shown you guys how I go about exploring ideas and so on. And today now, I mean, I would have loved to ask you guys what I should have drawn, but as I only have half an hour and it's on studio time, I'm kind of, you know, just, all right, let's just draw something. So now I'm going to draw one of the things which are kind of core of the IP, which I can show you. I really need to set up a what's it called? A gallery would be way easier, you know, than having to do this every time. But IP is kind of these diesel punk. Did I miss them? Am I blind? Oh, I am blind. So this kind of World War II diesel punkish, World War II diesel punkish world, right? I'm kind of having fun playing around with designing shit. So I'm currently now today, I'm just going to draw something. I was thinking now when I drew these shoulder pads, how about like a high impact unit? You know, like everything is just ceramic plates, but I mean that's not really World War II, so it could be sandbags, kind of like a sandbag, heavy extra armor type juggernaut thing. You know, if you could get a sense of, you know, like just forcing power forward. We'll see. At any rate, how's it going? Welcome back. Nice to see you being more frequent. If I ever draw animals, Dakota, I do draw animals occasionally, but my kind of work, I am an art director and lead artist for video games. So there's a lot of fantastical stuff happening rather than just a plain illustration of an animal, you know. But occasionally we do study animals. Occasionally I look at real animals, but majority, I would say, majority of all my work is more of the fantastical nature rather than realistic. Because where I am in the industry, the positioning and placement in the industry in my line of work is at the beginning where you explore, rather than making pretty pictures in the end, you know. That's nothing wrong with it. It's just that's not really what I do. It's not really my bread and butter. My bread and butter is the creative aspect, like developing ideas, coming up with a wide range of different ideas that I, together with the art director, will cultivate. French. I do draw vehicles, definitely. I have drawn many vehicles, but it's not like my go-to love, right? I have zero issues with drawing vehicles. For this IP, I've drawn 3 tanks, one algae tank, that monowheel, That's it. So, you know, there's some. Hey, Horgzor, how's it going? Juggernaut. Yeah, this is definitely a juggernaut. I want to maybe we could, what if we use concrete and kind of have exposed rebar? Is that what it's called? Yeah, it's called rebar. There we go. And that could be cool. Like they hook on slabs of concrete, just like temporary armor. Would that be cool? Or would that be stupid? I don't know. Let's explore. Atsuki, like horses without reference? Yeah, Dakota, I challenged the community to draw horse without looking at anything in terms of reference and purely draw the horse from memory. It was hilarious. There was some funky horses that went down in history as one of the funniest things on my art Discord. I mean, my apologies to the chat, but I was laughing my ass off. There was some really funky horses. Banana bike, true. I mean, that's the only reason why banana bike almost failed was because I did it in Blender for the first time ever, doing a vehicle in Blender, which failed hard. Nereda, no problems of having a minor case B. You don't need to be grammatically correct in a chat. Don't you worry. Hey Stigiez, how's it going? Hey Ritach, how's it going? Welcome back. Kill me, Bjorn. I agree. That was so funny. I want this unit to feel like a walking bunker. Like you enter in the back. There should be no, like, the other spacesuit was like a fighter pilot in the cockpit of a airplane kind of feel. I want this to just feel like, why is it a tank though? Like, that's the idea. Could we come up with a cool nickname for them? What is the, like, let's say call sign for it? Like, bring in the lance, bring in the, you know, like, if it's called a lance, why is it, you know, like the Bangalores in World War II, you know, there were these kind of tubes or pipes with explosives they just kind of rammed in and blew up stuff, you know, like directional explosives. Could we do something? What is the reason for the tank? You know, can we find a visual or thematic explanation to why he should be walking tank forward? 2 miniguns? Could that be cool? Or screw it, just go massive cannon. I don't know. Yeah, this tank is responsible for ... I mean, what could be the reason why they would need a tank that takes a lot of punishment? What do we have? It feels a little bit like that actual comic character Juggernaut at the moment. So what if, let's go with the idea of kind of modified Bangalore idea, right? So that they had like improvised explosives that you rammed in and it exploded. So what if we adjust the idea? What if he has kind of like a blunt force cannon and he just walks the front line and blasts stuff to pieces? Hey Dakota, you can see it by that little icon up top, but it is Photoshop. Photoshop is mostly photo editing software, but through times and availability, and I think the complexity of the drawing program, a lot of digital artists choose Photoshop because it's very, very complex and you can do a lot. And lately, last couple of years, Photoshop have started paying tribute to digital artists using it, but it's still kind of a weird program. But it can do a lot of different things, and I think that's why a lot of artists gravitate towards Photoshop. Flamethrower? Would a flamethrower make sense? No. There's too much World War II. Hey Frox, how's it going? So now that we are a little bit more people, I can reiterate what I said at the beginning of the stream, that after today I will most likely get access to the signing up part of the website for Unreal Bjornament, and most likely I will have it live, sign up being live on Friday evening for Europeans, Friday morning for Americans. I wonder if we could do like, okay, what if he has like a massive cannon with legs that he could fold out if needed. It's like a, what are they called? Howitzer, where the barrel, is it a howitzer? Howitzer cannon, where the barrel goes into itself when it moves backwards, and they kind of backload it, rear load it here. I mean, this is very video gamey, superhero-esque idea here. I'm well aware of the kind of video game aspect of this ridiculous idea. But nevertheless, here we are. So like I said, most likely Friday will be the doors for sign up for Unreal Bjornament will start. Hey Colsart, how's it going? Dakota, perfect. Granted, like today now, Dakota, this is by no means a a good representation of my skills. This is me just kind of sketching around and being an idiot. If you want to have a look at my work, the links are underneath the stream. You can see a little bit a little bit better work, which I'm actually, you know, not talking and reading chat and thinking about idiotic things while drawing live on Twitch. But nevertheless, it's fun. That's why I'm doing it. And it's great that you choose to draw along with it, because that's really great. And if you want the coda, every Monday, as you're new here, every Monday we do a Study Monday. And if you type apostrophe ref, R-E-F, you will get this week's reference, which is a very kind of a romantic image of two people in love. And there's a lot of soft edges and lost edges and found edges in this reference. So it's a great little piece of photographic art to be inspired by if you want to do a study of something. But generally every Monday I set up a new reference for the week. So if you want to go along and study, I personally stream the study on the Monday, and I proclaim what I want to learn from it. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to study the same thing. But I do go out of my way to try to find interesting references, be it colors, edges, composition, and so on, that you could spend some time learning something new from, right? So feel free. Atsuki, that could be, yeah, like puts on the broken wall. But the thing is that they probably have concrete, yeah. How about a crossbow? Maybe. Ritash, once a year. Once a year, Ritash, because it's more or less 5 months art competition with 100 artists. It takes around 5 months. The winner was announced 7 months ago, yet the competition started in the beginning of March. So it takes quite some time to reach its end, because it's a knockout tournament, one-on-one. I think it was 6 rounds last year, so it takes quite some time to whittle it down to a winner, you know. So Ritash, the Unreal Bjornament works like this. You sign up, and 99 other artists sign up. You get paired, randomly paired, and you get the announcement of the round topic, and it's a new topic every round. So let's say this first round is a catchphrase of, let's say, in the eyes of the, you know, or the beloved one. Let's say the beloved one, and that's all you get. And it's up to you to interpret the topic, the beloved one. I always say go with your strengths, your comfort zone, be it vehicle, creature, character, whatever it is that makes you really good at what you're doing, and having fun and being able to work for a long time on one piece. Do that, and don't try to overcomplicate an idea, because generally overcomplicating an idea will not make you finish it. So it's better to have a simple idea done really, really well, rather than a really complicated idea done halfway, because you are fighting against another artist, and there's a competition against another your opponent that you're paired with, not against all the other artists, but you and another artist head to head, right? And you have 2 weeks to do this topic, and when you're done, there is a panel of judges, and the panel of judges will look at your work and give you feedback and judge you, and depending on how many votes you get by the panel, your work or their opponent work wins. You will get this information after a week of pause, of the judges deliberating. And then after this 1 week of judges looking and judging, I announce the next round, then the new topic, and the deadline goes on for two weeks, right? And then at the deadline, the panel judges, the panel of judges vote, and so on and so on and so on. And every round, the first 2 years of Unreal Bjornament has been that there was a comeback bracket. So if you got kicked out for the first time, you had a chance to come back in the final against all the other losers. If you won against the other losers, you would have a chance to come back. Both winners of first 2 years were comeback winners. But this year, I've chosen not to have a comeback bracket. So if you're out, you're out. That's more or less how it works. Last year, we had a famous musician give us an exclusive song. We were the first in the world to have it. And it was a music topic. So that was really cool. I think I will ask Justin again, because I love his work, and he has such a great mood in all his music and tones, and hopefully we'll have Justin again. If you want to find that round, if you type 'winner, you get the finals. But if you go back to the forum structure, you can go and find round 2, I believe, which is Black Fox Society. Amir, I will make a UB3 command, absolutely. That's a cool idea, Gria. Possibly. Amir, I will make a UB3 command when I have access to the sign up, and then I will spam it. I will have a timer on the bot, and the bot will announce it constantly. If I haven't asked judges yet for wax, but Evan has been for both years, and I'm guessing he will be available for this year as well. But I will ask as soon as I have the go ahead of the sign up. I will start poking judges and hunt for rewards. I didn't want to do that before, or hunt for prizes. I didn't want to do that before that function. It was, for me, it felt like it's a new thing, and I have no power over it, and I don't want to start talking about with people before I can show the sign up. So now today, theoretically, I should get access to that sign up page on the website through code. So I'm going to start authoring that page, and then I can, show judges the previous rounds, show them the sign up page. It's a little bit more slicker than just say, hey, in a few days there's going to be this thing, and this thing is going to be cool. You want to be able to have some pizzazz, But Evan is most likely to be on. If not, then I was contemplating asking God of War art director Rafael Grassetti this year. He's a friend of mine. Hopefully he won't be too busy, but he's an amazing artist. It would be cool to have him. Hey Altai, how's it going? Is it Altai as in like the Turkish or um, Eastern, or is it like alternative shark in Swedish? That's a question. Because alt is short for alternative. High is a shark in Swedish. So I'm a bit confused where you are geographically with your choice of nickname. Are you an alternative shark or Eastern leaning person? What a stupid question. But there you go. It's asked. Yeah, but I will properly announce Unreal Bjornament. Uh, if I get access to it today, I will check it out. I will let you people know a lot more tomorrow. I will talk about it every day until, um, you know, I will constantly remind you guys. I will post it on Discord. I will post it on my social media. So as long as you kind of follow me at somewhere, you should be golden. Would they use mirrors? I'm thinking side mirrors, so they can look behind themselves. Is that is that a stupid idea? I mean, they have zero neck. Let's try. Does that look stupid? I don't know. I kind of like it. I kind of like the idea of mirrors. Fresher, yeah, it's not blue enough lava. Yeah, that's good. Accepted. You're one of the judges. As long as it's that quality feedback, we're good. Amir, it's not more than one person inside, I would guess. I think it's a big old chunky machine, and there's not like in my mind, there's not a lot of fidelity in the technology, so they need a lot of space. So there's definitely just one guy in there. Like the tanks, they look big, but inside the tank, in real world, is very tight, and behind layers of metal and machinery. You know? Zeolin. Well, the thing is, like with side mirrors, they're not going to be fixed and a hard point, right? They're going to be like flimsy, shoot them off. Um, pointless almost, right? But as long as he's in mint condition, they look cool. But you also have that secondary animation of him taking bullets, and the side mirror just shatters and explodes, and like, oh yeah, I can't see on my right flank or whatever. I'll just keep blasting, right? It's a cool element like that, right? You got to think about things like that too. You know, like what can happen to the things, what's the design, because it's a cool. It shows, it it enforces the sense of he can look behind his back, but it also enhances the sense of like fragility to some degree. You know, like he can be messed with behind in his bunker, right? So any smart commander would be like, target the mirrors, shoot the. You know, you wouldn't try to shoot into the slit, right? Well, you would, but it would be hard to hit. Eric, yeah, exactly. A periscope. Periscope is a cool idea, but not for someone who has limited mobility, I would say. Periscope would be better for maybe a tank. Because then you have a little bit more time to, you know, like scope around. Oh, Titanfall. Yeah, it's a cool world. Hey, Windows 7, what up? Hey, Soul is Gray. Ghouls, how's it going? Well, thank you very much, Ghouls. This drawing is sick? Oh, thank you, but no. I've been messing around, but thank you. I'm very happy that you enjoy it. Now the question is, let's say they put in the. Gotta have some clearing. Let's give him like a. I don't know. It's one of those sketches you've done. You can let it rest. You can consider it. You can go yay or nay. But I kind of like him. Kind of like it. I like the idea of it. I don't like all the parts of it. We'll see. We'll see. A blade to the cannon? No. No. You are wrong. I don't want to add a blade to the cannon, and I'll tell you why. Um, it adds a question to personality. A blade means agility. And I don't want this guy to be hitting anything. Right? He shouldn't do melee. He should just stand and take bullets and fire single, like single devastating damage with like a big ass cannon, right? You don't want him to have a sidearm shooting bazooka on the shoulder. It switches up the character too much. Gria, it's not a bad idea. I'm just arguing the point, right? Mirror on the gun. Mirror on with the mirror and mirror. You don't want to dilute the idea, right? You want to have a sweet spot of where do you need the mirror to tell the story, right? The mirror up at the cockpit indicates he's extremely limited in his movements. If he has a mirror on the gun, he needs to find a mirror on the gun, and the gun is shooting, and it dilutes the design, right? It dilutes the concept. How he reloads the cannon, in my mind, right? He plops the legs down. It's like a kickstand of sorts, right? He puts the legs down so he can let go of one hand, because when he's walking and shooting, he shoots with one hand, and then he kind of puts the gun down, puts in a bullet, closes the lid, then lifts it up again, and the legs automatically fold up because it's like on a spring. So he can, he reloads himself, and I'm thinking, like, I need to add bullets. I had this idea, what if, I'm going over the time here, my apologies. What if he has shells, like shells stacked on his hips? The difference is he takes the front shell, right? He takes the shell that's closest to the exit on the rail, and while he's shooting, he has a lot of target, right? A lot of mass, and there's people behind him putting in more shells in the rails. So almost like a magazine, he can stand and shoot, and the shell moves forward, the shell moves forward until it gets empty. And then there is like a gun guy or a reloader who just puts in another rack of shells and hides, or and he can just stand and put in a clip, maybe even, and shells, they just go. Oh, that's a cool idea. There we go. That's the reload mechanism. Like a big old rack that's gravity fed. Yeah. And then he just pulls out the full rack and slaps it on, and then shoots. And while he's shooting, the reloader guy runs in, or two of them, I don't know the scale yet, or the weight of it yet, but comes in and puts in another rack on the hip, and he can keep shooting. Yeah, that's a cool idea. That's a cool idea. That makes sense of the concept, makes sense now. And he can just stand and shoot indefinitely. Rakuen, yeah, I mean, illustration is just pretty. Ricky, yeah, that's, I mean, it could be a belt too. If the shell is on the inside, he might have a set position for his arm that he can just bump it in from the belt. I'm thinking of the rack is like a PC rig almost, but with a handle on it. So he can literally just grab the handle, slap it in. And from the back, there is a clearing, and you know, so they put the rack in from the back and just push it in, like a conveyor belt almost. Click until it goes to the end of the rail, and it locks in until he lifts it, and it will like have a hinge mechanic or something, and you can just. Yeah, now it becomes a central aspect of it. I'm not enjoying the bulkiness of the cannon. It's a little bit stupid at the moment, but idea-wise, we're there. Some refinement. I mean, we've idea generated it. I do like it. I do like the rack of bullets on the gun, rack of bullets on the hip, so he can just kind of slap one in. Shape of the gun, not too fond of, but I like it. I like it. All right, that's it. Windows 7, it is a 30-minute stream only every day. But the good thing, if there's a good thing, it's the exact same time every day. So if you want to join in tomorrow, it's the exact same time now, minus 30 or 40 actually. I ran a little bit over. But usually what happens is it's a 10 past 9 a.m. UK time for half an hour. It's a company-wide mandatory warm-up period for all the artists, and I just choose to stream it. But yeah, good night if you're in the Americas. Have a great day if you're here. Happy future if you're in over there. See you tomorrow. We will either continue on this guy or come up with a new one. It's up to you. I'm gonna do the outro and then we're gonna go raid someone. So don't go anywhere. Thank you all for the follows. Thank you all you new people. Thank you all your veterans. Tomorrow, more news about Unreal Bjornament, which is an art knockout competition I am running. Yeah, outro. And first, actually, I need to find someone to raid. Okay, let's raid Chloe. What's she painting? So much monsters? Kerosene? Ooh, alright, raiding kerosene. Or what was she doing? She's watching someone paint. Or she's watching someone. You know what? You know what? I feel it. I feel we need to raid someone new. Welcome to Tits and Ass chat. Ooh, monster. The gate trigger. Okay. Oh, there's my tank. Nice. Alright, this looks cool. Koibu. I'm gonna raid you. Koibu. Alright. Right. I'm gonna do the outro, then the raid. Don't go anywhere. Make sure to pass the love on to this other person. See you tomorrow.